So polling is done. The counting will take place on the 8th for the Delhi Assembly, but exit pollsters have spoken out. Now, you and I both know that exit pollsters have done enough to their credibility for us to actually exit them out. And I kid you not, this is the first election that I'm seeing after a long time where all through the polling process, we've not seen any exit pollsters speak out. Journalists have refrained from commenting which way the wind is blowing. But now that the elections are over, it's open seasons. So before I give you the numbers of these exit pollsters, let me inform you about something which I think you must know, because the legacy media players may shy away from putting this fact out in public domain. Most of these exit poll agencies which are putting in their numbers today, many of these exit poll agencies, I'm not saying are fly-by-night operators, but certainly are agencies that we do not know much about. Whether it was the Lok Sabha elections 2024, whether it's the Haryana Assembly elections or the Maharashtra Assembly elections, there are agencies like CSDS or C-Voter or even the ETG group, which have often given mixed results. Sometimes they've been on spot on, sometimes they've missed the bus, but they've given results over a period of time. So with that precautionary note that many of these agencies that we're looking at are perhaps giving the numbers for the first time, this is what the picture is looking like. There is something called JVC's poll. There is something called Matri's, and Matri's has done some polls in the past. There's People's Pulse, there's People's Insight, there's Chanakya Strategies. Now, I don't know whether Chanakya Strategies is the same one as today's Chanakya, which had infamously got a Bihar poll wrong in 2015 to the extent that it simply went out of business. Then there's PMark, there is Poll Diary. Then there are a couple of other rather interesting names. Names like We Preside, or even something like Mindbrink. Mindbrink gives Aam Aadmi Party 44 to 49. We Preside gives Aam Aadmi Party 46 to 52. Barring these two polls, almost all other polls that have come out today, 8 of them, are essentially giving the edge to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, I said a short while back that as such, these exit polls have often left a lot to be desired. So let us not go completely in the direction of exit polls. Over a long period of time, I've always maintained that the best thing that exit polls do is to just give you a direction. So don't look for these exit polls for accurate numbers, look for direction. Now with 10 exit polls coming up, 8 giving a close contest, some of them giving close contest scenario, and 2 giving it to the Aam Aadmi Party, how do you come to a consensus? How do you conclude which side has the upper hand? That is the beauty of Indian democracy. That's the beauty of any election, that unless the EVMs are opened up, unless the EVM counting takes place, you'll never know who has the edge. But where do we stand? Where do we at the squirrels.in stand? I wouldn't want to make a prediction if these great exit pollsters are giving us this mixed scenario. Having been on the ground in the national capital, having done a lot of spaces conversations with you all, if you visit our website, thesquirrels.in, or you go on our YouTube page or our Instagram handle, you will find a lot of ground reportage. In this election, there are only 2 things which I picked up. One, the poorest of the poor community, the JJ cluster community, is a community which is still looking towards Arvind Kejriwal. The urban vote base, however, has shifted completely away from Arvind Kejriwal. If there is even a minor dent in this JJ cluster community away from the Aam Aadmi Party to the BJP, then game's over for Arvind Kejriwal. But if he is holding on to his lead within this JJ cluster, 60% of Delhi is rural vote. If he holds on to that, then Mr. Kejriwal has some hope for himself. What happens to his own constituency? What happens to Manish Sisodia's constituency? These are all granular details, micro details, which I don't think any exit pollster will be in a position to tell you. So wait and watch out for the 8th. Till then, the only 2 insights are the ones that we've given you on squirrels.in. Arvind Kejriwal still remains Messiah number 1 for the poorest of the poor community. Can he hold on to this imagery? We'll get to know. On the 8th of February.